Joining us to talk about the Flyers and everything orange and cigars is the great Brian Propp, Newdorf, Saskatchewan. Hey, Propper! Welcome back to the RP
How's it
show.
going?
It's been far too long. How you doing? How you doing, man?
Really well.
Good. Good to hear. Listen, what is going on with the Philadelphia Flyers? I'm just going to guess here if it's the Tortorella effect. Is it the Keith Jones effect? What is going on with what looks like a pretty big turnaround for your team this year?
Yeah, so I think with Danny Briere being the GM, like he's been there for a couple of years and kind of knows what's going on, and Keith Jones knowing hockey, and Don Helford running the team, and they have a couple other guys like Patrick Shark and John LeClaire are going to be part of it too. But I think it's they're using the younger guys, and the Flyers are playing with energy. They have some fighters that they can use, and so that makes it more exciting. But they're playing with passion, and Hart is playing well, and the other goalies are playing well, and as long as they stay healthy, they could be tough to play against.
Proper, you sounds like you're describing the 80s Flyers. I know that's a grand overstatement, but yeah, you know what I mean. But they didn't get to this point easily. This is a committee thing to get to where and I understand we're not even at the halfway point. But what's the reason for this, do you think?
Well, I think having Couturier back makes a big difference, and Atkinson back, and Konechny's been playing really well, and the younger guys are playing with energy, and so and the defense has been really good. Like they force all the time. They're really tough to play against because they force all the time, and they don't give them time to manage. And so, and their power play was pretty bad at the start, but it's getting better. They don't take too many penalties now, and I like it that they have the tough guys that they can fight a little bit, and if they need to change the momentum. So it's all been pretty exciting. And I was just at the game last night with a couple of guys from Regina, Jason Brush, and a couple other guys from one guy that I played against for the Melville Millionaires last night, and so it was a good time just to. And they went to Pittsburgh in the game before, and they took a train back, and then so it was a good time that they had last night, and they're leaving today.
Was that a sports trip that they bought or something, or did they come to see you? I'm very interested in that. That sounds like a great trip.
Yeah, first time back ever in Philadelphia, and so like they decided to take a trip because they're getting a little older, and so like they want to take advantage of that, and so they loved it, and so they're going to probably do it every year.
Oh, I love hearing that. And hey, you heard me talking about your time in Melville. Were you MVP or Rookie of the Year at 15, or both?
I was both, Rookie of the Year and the MVP that year, and but I played with Jerry James was a coach, and we had good players, and I didn't really know what was going on. I just had fun and played hockey, and didn't think about it too much. And but it was a great time for me. And then I went to Brandon for 3 years, we had powerful teams then too. So always good coaches and good players. Like I was just with Ray Allison yesterday. He lives in Myrtle Beach. And I'm in Marco Island, Florida. Like I think you're in the sunny place right now, and in Florida, aren't you in Florida?
Yep.
Yeah.
Boca Raton,
I'm in Marco Island, which is about an hour and a half drive from where I am, and so it's all good.
It's the greatest, and to have NHL hockey here to watch, it doesn't get better. I was going to ask you, Proper, if in your time in Melville, if that cross-sected with Ron Hextall, but you missed him a little bit. When you guys hooked up in Philly, did you talk about Melville days?
Yeah, because he played for Melville, and so I knew the other guys there too. So of course we talked about it. He was a rookie in '87, and he won the Conn Smythe, and but I've known him for a few years, and now actually his son is dating my daughter Paige.
Well, how about that? I bet that is a fantastic union. I love it. That's like Clark Gillies and Bob Bourne's kids dating. Same idea. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but speaking of great Saskatchewan people there, same thing. Well, Proper, we're not going to talk about this year's team. We're going to talk about the old days. People love talking about that more anyways. And I've gotten to be good friends down here. Jeff Chikrin lives here. And
Yes.
Dave Poulin's on this show regularly. Yeah, and we talk about the 87 Flyers. As painful as it might be, is that the greatest NHL team to not win a Stanley Cup in your mind?
Yeah, because we fought back and we played in 26 games, and so and Edmonton just kind of bruised through everything. But Mark Howe was awesome, and then Tim Kerr was hurt, and Poulin was really hurt, and Ilka was really hurt, and so we were banged up a lot. But we found ways to win, and I think that they admire us for getting to Game 7, and unfortunately we lost. We lost like 2 minutes left, 3-1. But other than that, it was a lot of people from Philadelphia just admire our work that we did and sticking together with a team.
Yeah, that's a very, very special town. I can't wait until the day that I get there to visit. You're on the list. Joe Watson's on the list. I did a banquet with him a year and a half ago at the Centennial Cup. Wow. It's like he's 18. Does he act like that around Philly, or just when he got up to Canada for a hockey banquet that he, that guy's got a lot of energy, man. For 78, Joe Watson.
Yeah, he's still the same. Like, I was just at the game with him. He's talking all the time, talking about the game and energy. But I know that there was like Don Selesky, Horace Kinderchuk, and Dave Schultz and I were in Delisle, Saskatchewan last August, and so for the sports day. So that was special because you have all those Saskatchewan guys, and like the three of them played on the same line when they won the Stanley Cup, and so that was a fun night.
Oh, yeah, those things are great. Hey, Joe Lazito is watching in New York. He's from New York. He's an Islanders fan. But he says Tortorella brings an old school energy that no other coach brings. It's so refreshing in this day and age. Even as an Islanders fan, I find myself rooting for the Flyers most nights. All those things you were talking about earlier, the discipline, the power play, the special teams boost, that's coaching, Brian, as you know. Like, maybe Torts has got to get some credit here.
Yeah, I think that the Flyers are changing, like, because of the new management and the new management. Like, they want to make it like Ed Snyder was still alive. Like Comcast bought the team a couple of years ago, and so they struggled a little bit with that. But now they want to get it back to the point where, like, the fans want to come back into the games and to be part of it and be. They're tough to play against, and so that's, I think, what we're seeing this year, and hopefully they can keep it up because they don't get scored against too much, and so like they're tough to play against, and the young guys have a good chance to produce, and so that's all been really good.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Ed Snyder. What made that man so great? Because Bernie Perrant lives down here too, as you know. He loves
Yes.
Ed Snyder. What was it about Ed Snyder that you guys loved, and what made him so successful?
Well, he really cared about the team, and he had, of course, had Bobby Clark at the start, which made a difference because after he played, he went to the GM, and then Ed was always passionate about the team and always put the character people that he wanted to be on the team. And so when they won a couple of years in a row, it just carried on from there. And that's why in the 80s, we were in the playoffs every year and we had a chance to win. And, it was just, it was a good time when I was there playing because we didn't lose too much. Even when my rookie year, we were 35 without a loss, which is something that's probably won't get broken. And just the way he ran the team, like, he cared about the players, and he did whatever he had to, and made trades, and just try to put everything together. And but he's so passionate too about it. Like, he used to yell at all the people that were at the games and give them hell. And so, but yeah, he was passionate.
I would have liked to have met him because all of you guys just say the most wonderful things about him. And that was a great tribute right there. Well, lastly, I don't know if you saw, but my co-host Darren Dupont wanted to know about Guffaw cigars. What do people need to know, and maybe get a shipment for Christmas? Proper. What's the best way to go about that?
Yeah, so like if they want, they can go to guffawcigars.com. Everything's online, but if they get their information, like they can call me because I have them all with me all the time, and you know, to Canada, it's a little tougher for cigars, but we will find a way around it if we have to. And then also if they want to check out millions.ca, it's a company in Canada that has my T-shirts, pucks and hats and for cigars and other charities that I run. Millions.ca has all that, and also, just so you know, like my wife and I just started a new franchise called Prime IV Hydration and Wellness for IVs in Marlton, New Jersey. Like we were going to have it in Naples, New Jersey, in Florida, but we decided just to start with Marlton first. But it's good for the health of everybody. IVs are healthy, and then and I just I did the NAD, which is 4 days in a row of 4-hour drips. And so I already noticed after my stroke, my right fingers work much better. Like I couldn't straighten them up that early, this much, and more leverage on my right shoulder. So like it made a big difference, and I think I'm talking a little faster and cleaner
Yes.
now.
You are. You're a walking, talking embodiment advertisement for it. Proper. I was going to say, whatever you're doing is working. So keep it going, and I appreciate you coming on and talking about that. Good luck with it, and happy holidays, Proper. It's always good seeing you.
Well, enjoy Florida.
Thank you, sir. We do immensely.